It's America's stupidest podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigal Podcast.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the McGonigal Podcast. It's episode 42, the Jackie Robinson episode. We're all ready to roll. Thanks for tuning in. We got a great panel tonight. On my right, hilarious comedian Chris Dolan. Thanks, Chris, for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
And on my left, another great comic, longtime friend of mine, Roger Weaver is here. Roger, thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Great to be here.
This is a classic McGonigal panel. 3 white guys in their 60s. This is vintage McGonigal. We're going for that young demographic, going for the tween audience with this panel. So we'll give it a shot. We'll mix it up. We'll mix it up. So happy New Year to everybody. Roger, tell me everything you know about Venezuela. Do you know a lot about Venezuela?
I think I know their chief export.
I think we're all finding out about that.
The capital is Caracas. I know that.
There you go. I actually used to work with a great guy named Jacob, who was from Venezuela, and I worked with him 20 years, and had served in the Venezuelan Navy. Great guy, but that's all I know about Venezuela. My coworker was a great guy. Chris,
and some of the Phillies' best players.
I think Manny Trio. Wasn't Manny Trio from Venezuela?
They've had a few of Padilla too, wasn't he?
Bobby Abreu. I believe Manny Trio. I ought to catch myself, but I think so. I think Manny Trio. Chris, you familiar with the Venezuela and the
Not
military?
in the least. This is the first time hearing of it.
Here's my question. If they can go into Venezuela, go into this guy's bedroom and get him, capture him, how come they can't arrest a coke dealer in my neighborhood? You know what I mean? When did they go all the way and get them? This guy, he walks around, he doesn't have a care in the world. He's waving everybody, he's fist bumping. Right. I think they could do something to him. They go get this guy. That's amazing.
I think the coke dealer probably has a better security detail.
He'd have to. Everybody's celebrating. Oh, and our military went in there. Have you seen the Venezuelan army? I mean, it's like beating the Cleveland Browns. You won, but don't brag about it. Right. And the amazing, I feel sorry for Maduro though, because it's not bad enough to get arrested. You get arrested with your wife. Yep. So the whole time you're going to be getting nagged to death the whole time when you're getting prod. That's the hard part of it. I mean, at least Pup Daddy went by himself. They didn't take his wife with him.
Yeah. But then he'll get solitary.
He's praying for solitary. He's praying for some kind of confinement away from the wife. That's for sure.
Is he in Rikers or is he in someplace good?
I'm not sure whether they got him in
Brooklyn, where they have.
Yeah, that's right. They said it was Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they said Pup Daddy was there, and Luigi was there Luigi might still be there, maybe. And a few other famous ones were there. Jelaine was there for a while, so she got transferred to that country club.
She's moving on up to the.
She got the country club. I always said with Jelaine, crime doesn't pay unless you have pictures on famous people having sex. Then crime pays. With Jelaine.
That's right.
But I love this whole Venezuelan thing. We just went in there and the war on. We've been talking about the war on drugs for 40 years. This is actually the first time they ever did something like this.
Yes.
It's a crazy coincidence. So every time you go after somebody, it just so happens they're sitting on top of a shitload of oil. You notice that? What a crazy what a crazy coincidence. It's always on top of oil. It's just funny how that works out.
And from what I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that Trump didn't consult Congress, but he did give the oil executives a heads up.
Of course, you're damn right. He was on the phone a Conoco and Exxon. Sure, of
Halliburton,
course.
all the round up the usuals. Yeah.
We need to congratulate Lockheed Martin and Boeing. They got like a streak going of unnecessary wars. I mean, how many years? 40 years. They got a streak longer than Cal Ripken. They're unbelievable, But it's hilarious. They went into how bad is this country's security that you could sneak into the country, get into the president's house, and take him out?
Pajamas.
Really, in his pajamas, the poor guy.
Didn't even allow the guy a decent change of clothes.
They must have some top-notch security.
They don't have like a ring camera or anything.
Apparently not. Nothing. You would think with all that cocaine they could afford something. Selling all that. The cocaine dealers in Philadelphia, they got a good security set. They got pit bulls. They got everything. They got guns. This guy was just sitting there.
Tony Montana had security.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Every cocaine guy had it. Walter White had it. You couldn't get into Walter White's house like that. You need Tony Soprano. That's unbelievable. They just walked into the guy's house, took the guy out.
But they did give a little more due process, if you will, to Maduro than they do to the people on the boats.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They didn't drop a bomb on his head. That's probably why he's so grateful. They could have just dropped the bomb on his head instead. I'm sure they were thinking about that, though. If you're some of these other guys, you got to start worrying, don't you? Like maybe Kim Jong-un or whoever the president of Cuba. Who's the president of Cuba now? I don't even know. Is it Castro's brother, or did he die too? Raul? Is he around? I'm not sure. The head of Colombia, all these guys, they got to be a little worried if you can sneak in. Who might be next?
Right.
You got to be thinking about it anyway.
Yeah.
But Venezuela, I mean, I was terrible at geography anyway, so I don't even know. I didn't even know Venezuela was in our hemisphere until I watched the news on Saturday. Oh wow, really? Okay, just what I know about Venezuela. So we'll keep you posted because I know all of our young fans out there were really worried about Venezuela. All the young, there's 14 or 15 people looking in tonight. very, very obsessed with Venezuela. We'll see what happens to him and his wife. My guess is they'll be on Dancing with the Stars within another year and a half. Him and his wife both. They'll Dancing with the Stars, or they'll be doing a podcast. Maybe I'll get them on here. That'd be awesome to get Maduro on here. That'd be pretty cool. My favorite was he said the vice president is good who's taking over Venezuela. She's willing to go along with everything we say. Then she's holding a press conference denouncing him 5 minutes later. Yeah, she was like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Right.
She turned on him quick.
Flipped on him.
Yeah.
Turned on him quick. Well, we'll get back to Venezuela in a future episode.
I think someone said that Trump, thought that he was going to go along with the vice president, but then she, as you said, she turned on him a little bit, and she's not blonde, so Trump.
That's another thing. As soon as he saw she wasn't blonde, he had no time for her. He said she's like his wife. He had no time for her because she wasn't blonde.
Right.
So the New Year, we just passed New Year's and making resolutions. You guys make any resolutions, Chris? No resolutions?
I'm going to read more books. I was just talking to you about, re-upping my library.
Nice.
So.
Any resolutions, Roger?
I said that I was going to try to get better at piano.
Oh, there you go.
Either playing them or moving them.
There you go.
I'm not sure yet.
There you go. We can do like a Law and Hardy thing, moving
There
them.
we go. Yes.
I'm giving up success and young women. It's two things I know I can stick to.
Okay.
Success and attractive women. I'm swearing off them.
Yeah.
I'm done. They're not gonna tempt me anymore. Well, listen.
And definitely no successful young women.
Oh, definitely not. But the success part, I promise I can stick to that. I can stick to success. Talking about New Year's though, I watch it again. Everybody up at Times Square. Would you ever go to that Times? Would you ever want to stand in that Times Square?
No, coincidentally, I was at a football game and there was a couple seated next to us from France. And this was bad. It was at a New York Jets football game, the one where they got blown out by the Patriots. Right. And they were asking me, of all people, if I thought going to Times Square on New Year's Eve was a good idea. It's like, people pay $400 to go to a party at Olive Garden just so they could use the bathroom.
Wow. That's unbelievable. I mean, I would never. Would you want to caught dead in that mess New Year's Eve at Times Square?
You get unlimited soup and breadsticks.
Oh, there you go.
Just kidding.
No.
Unlimited breadstick. Now you changed my mind.
But I have a question for Chris. Who told the French couple it was a good idea to go to the Jets game?
You're right. That's way worse.
I mean, if you're coming from France, I would say yes. New Year's Eve in Times Square, yes. New York Jets game, meaningless Jets game, no. I would say,
they must be masochists.
I stand corrected. You're absolutely
right. They must be masochists. The Jets and Times Square, they must hate themselves.
They were here. They were there for 9 days, so they were looking for things to do.
Oh my God!
It's like it's a touristy thing. I mean, I get it. It's not. It wouldn't be my cup of tea. It'd be cold, and like you said, the bathrooms.
Oh, that's got to be. And they wasted one of the days on the Jets. That's unbelievable. That is awful.
Well, it was inexpensive. I'll give them that.
Right.
My mother actually back in the 1950s when she was single actually went up to Times Square a couple times, which if you knew my mother, she was literally the most boring person you've ever met in your life. So I still can't get my head around the fact
Apparently I'm the most boring person since I wouldn't even think about going
well, me too.
It.
I know, but which is hard to believe that somebody from my family would be boring. I know that nobody can believe that. But I can't get my head around the fact that she actually went to Times Square and knew this. I mean, she barely went from the kitchen to the couch. And you went to New Year's Eve in Times Square. I still can't. I still wonder if she was
the crowd capped out at. Back in the.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, it must have been even bigger. Yeah. Just because there's so much. There's so many fewer like entertainment options.
They've been doing
Oh,
that
yeah.
since what, the 1920s, 1930s, something
know.
like that. They've been doing the Times Square. It's a long time they've been doing that celebration
Yeah.
in New Year's at Times Square. But I still can't get my head around my mother, actually. Although another thing my mother did, this is hard to believe too. When the Flyers won the Stanley Cup, we live right near that Frankfurt and Coppin where they had the big Philadelphia celebrations. And I can't remember if it was 74, 75, one of those years. My mother and a couple of the ladies on the street actually walked up to Frankfurt and Coppin. And I wasn't allowed to go because me and the other kid, you guys stay down here.
Wow.
I heard it was your mother's the reason why they now grease the poles.
I think she started the streaking phenomenon. I'm not positive, but
Right.
it's two things. If you knew my mother, the idea that she would go to Times Square and Frankfurt and Coppin during a celebration, you would trust me. You'd lose a bet. You'd never believe she'd do. But she did both of them.
She may not have shown her wild side to her son. I don't know.
Apparently she didn't. It's pretty wild because she was usually having a few drinks and
I
passed
was going
out.
to say she's of Irish descent, right? So I could at least see that tracks.
She was
being around like big parties with alcohol. Makes
What
some
about
sense.
later championship parades, like the 1980 Phillies?
No, I went to the 19. I was 15. I went up there then, and in '83 when the
Your mom
Sixers won.
You told your mom to stay home.
Yeah,
for
I
that
told
one.
my mother to stay home by that time. But it's just I can't get my head around it that my mother would. I mean, she was a great day drinker. She was one of the champion day drinkers. My
There we
mother.
go.
Yeah.
But I come home from work. I go home from school. She'd be sleeping off late morning load on the couch. But
Did she smoke?
2 packs a day.
All right. What was her brand?
L&M cigarettes. Remember L&M?
Yeah. My mom's was Kent's.
Woo. And of course, she ended up with emphysema and an oxygen machine for the last 5 or 6 years of her life, which was a lot of fun. But somehow she didn't get lung cancer. She only got the emphysema and she bad heart. She missed the lung cancer somehow.
Right. Well, you don't want to go to Times Square when you've got the oxygen machine. You
Oh,
got
no,
to do that.
you had to do that when you're young. Get that out of the way when you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to buy an extra seat.
That's
on
when
the
they
train.
started it,
Right.
1907. I knew it was
Yeah.
years and years. Holy
That predates
mackerel.
Dick Clark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, barely. Speaking of New Year's Eve, though,
Yeah,
New Year's Eve makes me kind of queasy. I'll tell you why. Because I was born September 30th is my birthday, which is almost exactly 9 months after New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Which means
okay.
my parents must have got sloppy drunk on New Year's Eve, and that's when I was conceived, I would assume. So every time I just thinking of my parents on New Year's Eve, I was getting a knot in my stomach.
Maybe at Times Square.
Maybe it could have been.
Yeah, right.
It could have been. So it's not something I look forward to because it gives me bad
Right,
mental
right.
images. Do you ever think about that? With the night you might have been conceived, do you ever think of it? Well, what's your birthday?
Mid-August.
Mid-August. So that
yeah.
would be what? February or something? No, like December?
Okay, yeah, it would be like
In December?
around the holidays.
Well, she
I
might have
guess.
been like a Hanukkah or Christmas celebration. You
Yeah,
might have
it
got
could be,
conceived.
yeah, or Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, there you go. Might have really been getting
Halloween.
Halloween, there you go. But what's your birthday, Rodden?
It was actually just happened. You said 360-year-olds. I've actually only been 60 for like a week. So
Okay.
it's
Hey,
right between right after Christmas. So
Right after
between
Christmas.
years.
So maybe in like March or something.
Something like
Maybe
that.
they were celebrating Easter. Maybe it was an Easter
I was
celebration.
conceived when the Holy Spirit came down, and no,
Or
I have not given a lot of thought. It's not
They
something I think
Bold
about.
proclamation.
Or they were celebrating the Ides of March. Maybe
Perhaps, yeah.
that could be.
It's
That
not
could be.
something I
But it's-
thought about till.
Yeah.
But when I thought about it, I started doing the math. I started getting skeeved out. I was like, oh, good Lord, New Year's Eve,
yeah.
the old man.
Well, you're an only child, are
Yeah,
you not?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the 9th of 10 kids, so
Wow.
happened a lot.
9 out of 10. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they were having a party all the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
over
I
there.
guess
Wow.
so.
Just a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't any special occasion.
Well, both of my grandmothers had 9 kids, which is weird. So then I ended up an only child. Well, you wouldn't think coming from grandparents who both had,
Yeah.
18 combined, and then they
Right,
ended up
that's
with
not
one.
an Irish.
that
typical
is
Irish
weird. It
Catholic
is.
family, no.
But who knows? I mean, my mother's drinking and smoking didn't help, I guess. It didn't help the reproductive system, I guess.
Probably not.
Didn't do much good. So I wanted to revisit a topic I did on a previous episode. I did it with Dave and Jason were here. But I go to this Dunkin' Donuts around the corner from my house, and there's this woman, Pakistani woman. She's got to be up in her 60s,
Okay.
and I swear she's got a thing for me.
All
Because I
right.
couldn't tell you how many times she slipped me like free donuts, or giving me a medium coffee, only charges me for a small. And last week I'm in there, New Year's Eve of all times, about 7 o'clock, and I'm getting the coffee. and she gives me a whole container of the munchkins. You know the munchkins they have?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said, I didn't ask her that. She was just slipping it to me for free. So I think I was on to something when I said, and she's always asked me about where I work and where I live.
Hey.
And so I'm thinking, I'm not attracted to her at all, but maybe I should bang her just for the free stuff to keep the free stuff going. But, I just
Right.
maybe
Are you in some sort of Dunkin' loyalty program?
I don't know what it is. It's just weird. Like she gets a big smile on her face, and I don't know because
Does she give you coffee that's made within the last 2 hours?
no, I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I think it's the best. I love it. So, but I don't know. Should I maybe just play along to keep getting free stuff? I don't know. Maybe I should because I'm pretty cheap, so it plays into my cheapness. And I could always close my eyes, right? If she give me a happy ending in the back in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, what the hell?
Right. She could give you an Irish cream or something.
And I dare you, an Irish cream is exactly what I could be giving her. You're absolutely right.
Oh my goodness!
But it's crazy. At first, I remember I was here, and Dave and Jason were saying, they give free stuff to people sometimes. But I'm telling you, I
Never had that happen to me.
No, I
It's
don't.
never happened. Yeah, I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts regularly, but yeah, I could see them. If you go at the end of the day, I could see them giving stuff away.
That's what Jason said. Yeah, and which I said, maybe,
'Cause
but
they don't keep the donuts till like munchkins aren't going to last till the next day. I don't think. But yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying it's possible.
now what's that person in the comments say? Ed something. Ed called that.
30 minutes ago.
Ed, hold that water. I'm wearing a diaper or something.
Wow.
I don't know what that means either.
I gotta get my better glasses. If I'm
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing anybody even watches them in my comments. At the commenting part, you must really have an exciting life. You're commenting on the McGonigal podcast. Woo!
Well, he's catching
You're
it live.
viral now.
That's why you watch it live, so you can interact.
Absolutely.
Interact with the stars.
Yeah.
This is the most interactive podcast there is. If there's any podcast that's almost in 3D coming at you, it's the
Right.
McGonigal podcast.
Right.
We keep it coming.
Is it a busy Dunkin' Donuts that you go
It's
to?
a busy. It's right there at Torresdale and Coppin Avenue. Right?
Okay.
Busy intersection. You run down neighborhood, but a busy intersection. There's always people in there. But I don't know. It's just I swear she's got. If I played my card right, I could be getting free coffee all the time. Of course, I'd have to
I'd play
get a
along if
restraining.
I were
I'd have to
you.
get a restraining order, but it might be
Right.
worth it to get the free
I'm
coffee.
not sure when you say play along what that means. I mean, other than like smiling and
Well,
keep coming back, I don't know.
I am nice, but I'm getting to the feeling that she may want more at some point. I don't know.
Well, you should ask her out for coffee
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. I think
or in.
something. I don't know, but.
My only other thought is maybe she's trying to screw her boss over. That's the other.
Yeah,
that's why you give people free
yeah.
stuff.
That's good. Good. I'll take it. I'll take the free. Even if she's trying to screw a boss up, I have
Right.
no shame, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, Roger, I'm glad you're here because you're a hockey guy. Chris, you
Sure.
a hockey fan too?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Big
This is-
Buffalo
This
Sabres
is
fan.
your hockey
Yeah.
panel right
Yeah.
here.
This is
right.
fantastic. We're in the Boston Bruins hat. The reason I want to ask, there's this HBO show called Heated
Oh,
Rivalry.
yeah.
Have you heard about this show?
Not really. I defer to Chris on this one.
It's about two male hockey players who are in a secret gay relationship. Like they play for rival teams, but they're in a
Yeah.
secret gay relationship.
Okay.
And it's a real popular show.
It's like a Brokeback Rink.
You broke back
Yeah.
rig, exactly. Now, here's the thing. I never looked at two hockey players and, man, I better be hot if they kiss. I never looked at Moose DuPont and Ty Domi and said, man, wouldn't it be great if they were kissing? But is this something that you
They're
guys
from different eras. How could they possibly kiss?
Right.
Was this ever on your mind when you watch hockey, guys? I don't know. It never occurred to me, but maybe I'm out of the loop here. Is this something you thought about, Chris, watching hockey?
It's nothing I ever thought about, but there's a lot of aggression in hockey, and that has to manifest
so.
itself somehow. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I'd stick with the Duncan broad myself, but is this something you ever cared to your hockey players hooking up? I don't know.
No, it sounds weird. Like who watches the show? Like it doesn't sound like a hockey hockey thing would watch it. It doesn't sound like gay people would watch it really either.
It
So I'm
sounds like
curious.
women are watching it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
vibe I
okay.
get. The
Mhm.
women are watching it.
Okay.
I don't know. It just sounds. I mean, to me, it seems like an unnecessary show. But
Yeah.
but
Whatever
apparently-
brings new people into the sport is what I
Right. No,
say.
we like that. Yeah.
I guess, but I don't know. I could see somebody. I mean, if you told Freddie the 5-0 and a couple of his players are making out. I mean, well, what's his name? Herb Brooks, the USA coach. He wouldn't. I don't
Yeah.
think he'd be in favor of that. I don't think that. I don't think that would go to.
We should see if he can get some legendary Broad Street bullies on the
I
cast here.
met
and have them
Dave
weigh
Schultz.
in.
Dave Schultz was hanging around the comedy scene for a while, and I
Yeah.
don't think he would go for that at all. I think he'd frown on that. I
don't
really,
think so.
really think he'd frown on that. But maybe it's another reason that I'm glad I canceled HBO, because I might accidentally turn an episode on. So thank God I don't have cable and HBO anymore.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't understand why they had to. It had to be. Why don't they just leave it in the fashion world or the Broadway world? Why they had to bring it over to the hockey world?
Because it's more forbidden in
I
professional
guess
sports.
that's what it
Yeah,
is.
I
It
guess
makes
so.
it this forbidden thing. I don't know, but it just seems a little. Are they really going to broaden their fan base with that? Is it really going to bring more people to hockey? I'm really guessing not. I really don't think it's going to work.
Probably not.
I could be wrong. Maybe Wayne Gretzky and the guys like that. I don't know. Who's a big hockey guy? Who's a big star? Who's the guy in Washington just set the record? What's his name?
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin, yeah. Oh no, he's Russian, right? They'll cut,
Yes,
they'll cut
yeah.
your head off.
I think one of the characters
kill
in
you.
Heated Rivalry is
Oh
Eastern
my
European.
God! Now
or,
we're going to stir
okay.
up the Russians.
I'll have to look it up.
Like Putin isn't pissed off enough, right? We need
Right.
more reason to get Putin pissed off.
Yeah.
Oh, holy heated rivalry. Well, I don't know. I think you're better off with the McGonigal podcast myself, but than watching that. But what do I
I'd
know?
like to see the comments on there.
Oh, can you imagine the comments on that thing? Holy cow!
Well, are you saying the McGonigal podcast gay? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying you're better
Just the
off.
regular
watching-
McGonigal
the
podcast.
McGonigal- the last thing we need.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Which
I
is-
wasn't
no,
sure
no,
which
that's
which
the
direction.
last.
Got it.
Last thing we need, but I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know why you need to bring that in the hockey. Hockey holds up on its own without the anal sex. I think I'm pretty sure. I know. I never say. You know what we need is more anal sex out there. Could be me. Could just be me. I could be
There's
wrong.
butt ending. There's a lot of. I
There
could
butt
imagine
ending.
we
There
could
we
make
go.
a- we could
There
make
we
a lot
go.
of
Yeah, we
English,
could- all the
silly-
double
silly jokes
entendres,
if you wanted
yeah.
to, yeah.
It's got a 98% on Rotten
98% of
Okay.
Rotten
Wow.
Tomatoes. Citizen Kane doesn't have a 98% of Rotten
Right,
Tomatoes.
right, right.
The gay hockey thing. Oh, that's a different era. It's a different
Yeah,
era.
It's even
What the hell?
surpassed Happy Gilmore too.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
kidding.
But talking about hockey, we talked about this on the sports podcast, but not on here yet. You guys heard, I guess, about poor Tim Saunders with the Flyers and Tim
Yes,
Saunders. His
yeah.
unfortunate moment he had a couple weeks ago
Oh,
when
yes, I did. Yes.
guy was down there and he said, "Hey, while you're down there, why don't you blow me?" And he got suspended for 2 games. And now why is he getting suspended? A heated rivalry. But you think he
Yeah, I
might
was
get a
just gonna
raise
say,
for that? You
he's
know what I
right.
mean? It doesn't
He's
make
been
any sense.
cast on Heated
Yeah,
Rivalry.
exactly. He fit right in with heated rivalry. The poor guy got suspended. But that's a shame. I mean, if you get everything on a microphone, I'd probably be 20 years in jail. Some of the things I've said on a microphone.
There's a lot of that with sportscasters and hot mic moments.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
You really got to be careful because I guess you never know when the mic's on, especially nowadays, and everything's podcast and then video
Yes.
cast and every damn thing. Harry Callis and Richie Asprin, they wouldn't last now. They'd be in big trouble.
No,
They'd get in big trouble. John Madden would be in big trouble nowadays. I mean,
right. Well, and also the problem is a lot of them, they're actually showing their actual personality when they're off, when they don't
Yeah.
realize the mic is on.
that is big. I mean, if you had Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire now with the way they were boozing in the booth, holy God, they really would get jail time. Some of the things they probably said up in the booth, I can't even imagine.
Do you know there's a tennis commentator named
Uh-oh.
John Wertheim? He's also on 60 Minutes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
he's
I know John Wertheim.
And
He's
so
from
he's a
60
journalist,
Minutes.
tennis
I didn't realize he was tennis. Okay.
Yeah, he's on the
Wow.
tennis channel. He talks because I'm a tennis person too, and he was talking about Barbara Krejcikova, and he didn't realize the mic was on, and he was
Uh-oh.
like looking at himself on the camera, like it's like where he's about to do a shot, and he's like at home, and he's like checking out himself, and he doesn't realize it's on, and he says, "Oh, I've got like a 5 head, like a forehead, like a 5 head, like Krejcikova,"
Uh-oh.
and so he's basically making
Uh-oh.
fun of her appearance of a professional women's tennis player when you're in a very liberal sport and you're
Uh-oh.
a tennis commentator.
And he
And of
did-
course, he said later after the fact, "Oh, that's not who I am." When that is exactly who you are.
I think that's who you are.
Exactly who you are.
But I was watching the beginning of 60 Minutes last night. He's still on there.
Yeah.
I saw him. So he didn't get. You think he would
No,
have got?
I mean, if he had said something about like Coco Gauff or something
Oh, yeah,
like that,
yeah.
like that was maybe of racial nature, something he would be gone forever. But this is an Eastern European. He made fun of her appearance.
Yeah, we
it's not
could-
ideal, but he just weathered it. And
Yeah,
it was not a big story.
We can linger
outside
with
of tennis.
we can linger with Putin. He can get off easy. Maybe just
Right,
make.
right.
Yeah, we can link it. But poor Tim Saunders, the poor guy, he had to lose 2 games pay, and the poor guy who just every guy makes what guy doesn't make blowjob jokes? Imagine if they suspended every guy who made blowjob jokes.
Right.
The economy would tank.
Yeah.
The economy, we'd be up a creek. we'd be in big
Unemployment
trouble.
would skyrocket.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Who was in the booth with Saunders on Flyers Radio?
Who is it? Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I brought up a couple weeks ago when the famous, I don't know if you guys know about this, especially you're not from Philly, right?
No,
There was
not
a guy,
originally.
Don Earl, back in the 70s,
Oh, yes.
Flyer announcer.
Okay.
And the Flyer guy came down and he hit the post. And Don Earl got so excited. He hit the fucking post right on the game.
Yes.
I forget if he got fired. I think he might have got fired, but I'm not 100%. But hit the fucking post.
I love that. I've heard that story.
And
I
that
love
was
it.
a famous thing. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
But it's a wonder that stuff doesn't happen more often in the heat of a
It is.
game.
I mean, there has to just the self-control is
Especially some of the
amazing.
ex-athletes, when they get worked up during the game, you're really surprised that they don't
Sure,
curse more
yeah.
because they're so used to cursing on the sidelines and stuff. They really have to probably to work on that. They probably just send them to class. They probably talk to them and get them training. Because you could easily see somebody like Jason Kelsey or somebody dropping an F-bomb,
Oh yeah.
not even
absolutely.
realizing, just caught up in the heat of the
Right.
moment.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So I guess it was last week or the week before the new batch of these pictures from Epstein came out. New pictures.
Yes.
The thing I loved about it was
Slowly.
Right.
people were shocked that Mick Jagger was in some of these. How can an upstanding guy like Mick Jagger be hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein? And I want to tell people, go back and read about Mick Jagger in the 60s and 70s. Epstein is the classiest friend Jagger ever had.
Yeah, right. How
Right.
could he not be in more of the pictures?
Jagger could
Right.
ruin Epstein's reputation with some of the stuff he was up. But
Sure.
that just made me laugh out loud. That people were like, what is Mick Jagger doing hanging around with Epstein? I'm surprised he didn't think of it first. But I mean, well, if
Yeah.
there was a famous actress who accused Mick Jagger of having sex with her when she was like 15 or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, so the whole idea that people would be
But
shocked.
didn't Bill Wyman meet his
Oh,
girlfriend?
good Lord. Bill Wyman was
Yeah.
some piece of work.
Yeah.
He really was. He kind of flew under the radar because he wasn't Mick or Keith. He wasn't, but he was some piece of work when you read about him.
Yeah.
So the idea that people would be shocked that Mick Jagger would be anywhere where there might be orgies, that was like a Tuesday night for Jagger in the 70s. that
Right.
There might be
He brought
orgies.
the orgy with him.
Yeah, there might be an orgy. There might not be an orgy. That's the funniest thing, that people would just Mick Jagger. What is he thinking? Yeah.
Earl was let go after the 77 season, but it doesn't say he was fired.
Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe my memory's wrong. He may not have gotten fired.
It
But
doesn't say anything in here about him saying that line, but I know he did.
it's a
Yeah.
famous
No,
thing.
I
Unless
definitely heard
it's
that.
an urban legend that
He
didn't
got a
happen.
job the next year with the Colorado Rockies.
You know what?
Oh,
I
no,
guess
I have another
I,
friend that tells the
I
story. I'm
believe
sure
it's true.
I think
Although
it's definitely true.
sometimes these urban legends surprise you, but I believe it's true. But
He started as a Bruin.
Yeah, no, I knew he was an announcer for the Bruins. Yeah,
No kidding.
wow,
and he for a while it was Don Earl and Gene Hart.
right. But
Okay.
but it's a famous thing. Either it's a urban legend that get out of control, or it did happen. I don't know. Either way, we'll talk about it on the podcast. We don't care who
Right.
we slander. We
Uh,
if you sue us, we like the attention.
Speaking of the Epstein pictures, of
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
of course, one of my favorite people also included in the
Woody.
pictures, Woody Allen.
Well, I would
It's
say
not like him to show a lapse in judgment, though.
I
I'm
said
surprised.
we would have been disappointed if Woody Allen wasn't. We
Right.
would have been crushed if Woody. Where's Woody? We'd have been saying. Of course,
Yeah.
Woody had the best joke ever about Woody Allen was told by Emo Phillips.
Okay.
Emo's joke was Woody Allen met Soon Yi when she was 14, but he didn't touch her until she was 18. Patience of a saint. That's the greatest joke. Apparently, Emo's still out there and he's still
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
but it's like I can't believe he's still out there. He was always funny, Emo
Yeah.
Phillips.
Yeah.
I
Great
didn't
joke
realize.
writer.
Yo, he was great. Some people got put off by the delivery, but he was a great joke
Oh,
writer.
he's hysterical.
Absolutely. I remember one time Howard Stern got mad at him because Emo Phillips said, listening to Howard Stern is like trying to score cocaine at a party. You hang around for 3 hours and you get one good line. And Stern was furious.
Right.
He made him come on the air and apologize.
Really?
Yeah.
He also used to have them talk about either together or talk about Judy Tenuta on
Yeah,
the
but they were
Stern Show
married.
a lot. Yes, and he was like, I just remember him always saying, Howard asking email Phillips, did you have sex with Judy last night? He said, no, it wasn't my turn.
Then they eventually got divorced.
Yeah.
And she passed away. Judy,
Yeah,
too. But,
rest in peace, Judy.
but I was talking about Jagger, and now there's a big thing. The Stones just canceled their European tour because of Keith's health. And now, maybe it's me. Shouldn't they just wrap it up? Just wrap it up. They've done everything. Charlie's dead. They're in the race. Wrap it up. Why? What is the point? What are they trying? I mean, they're milking it more than me. They're more than I'm milking a comedy, for Christ's sake. That they make me look good. Make me look.
From the looks of things, Keith's health didn't slow him down for the last 50 years.
But apparently, on the last little bit they played, his arthritis was so bad that he really couldn't. They were covering him. But I mean, just wrap it up. If Mick goes out without Keith and still calls it the Rolling Stones, that'll. I mean, I didn't like that they were going out without Charlie. I thought that was kind of a ripoff because it's not the Stones without Charlie Watts to me.
Right.
But just wrap it up. Call it a day. You did it. You made the money. You did everything. Why would you still treat? I mean, Mick is hard headed, man. He wants to keep going.
Right. And it seems like all the people like that I like, they're all old. They go on tour, but it's like hit or miss. They're like 50-50 chance. Are they actually going to be able to show up that night? Because and especially with the group, there's like one of them's going to have the flu, have COVID, have something.
Absolutely.
Cancel the show. It happens like so often.
Well,
the one guy who
went out on the Genesis tour, the seated,
but now he's in real bad shape.
Yeah, he's in real tough shape.
Yeah,
the Motley Crue guitarist, he would lean on something while he was trying to play his lick.
The one guy who's still beating Father Time is Paul McCartney. Somehow he's unbelievable.
He plays 2.5 hours.
He looks fantastic. And he's 83 and looks fantastic. I don't know. He's found a fountain of youth. But there's a lot of these guys, they really need to wrap it up. Like I was watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the other night. Elton John came out and he sang, but he didn't play piano. And I was thinking, is there a reason? Why would Elton John not be playing piano? He's such a great, unless there's some physical reason,
right?
Which maybe there is. And he was sitting down the whole time. They never showed him standing. Yeah. So he might be having physical problems.
I know he has vision issues.
Well, yes, that's right. He's almost blind, right?
Yes, but he probably plays by touch at this point.
You would think, but I mean, it's just amazing. These guys wrap it up. Not. Then again, there's no bands coming up that are big enough to have these gigantic concerts either.
There are no bands, I think, is what the lament is these days. It's all a lot of solo people, coming up.
The venues probably want them because these younger bands can't sell the tickets these guys sell. They probably can't. Some tickets.
The Stones, the Eagles, and people like that, their tickets are selling for like $1,000 because their fans are all old and
exactly.
like up and coming bands aren't going to be able to get
exactly right. So I'm sure the venues and the promoters are still after them to tour just for the name. Like you got bands like Leonard Skinner. All the original guys are dead, but they're still using the name Leonard Skinner. Still charging these outrageous prices. It's amazing. So I guess the concert industry wants them to play. But to me, wrap it up. Wrap it up. For God's sake, take it from me. There's nothing pretty about being old on stage and looking worn out and looking washed up. Trust me, if anybody knows, I do. Just, you don't want to be the old guy on stage.
So is your tour still on or no?
No, all my shows keep getting canceled. Not by me, but by the lack of ticket sales.
Right.
I've had 2 or 3 in a row canceled now. The only reason I'm hanging on is Jim keeps let me do the podcast here. That's the only reason I'm getting out of the house.
Did you see Billy Joel was back on stage only for like a couple of songs? But he made an appearance. It's actually the Billy Joel tribute band.
It's a wonder he could do that. Even he was in bad shape. He was in bad. So did you guys read about Mickey Rourke and his GoFundMe? Mickey Rourke, he's $60,000 behind on his rent. That doesn't even own a house. You'd think with a big movie star, he'd own a house. $60,000 rent, and he's doing a GoFundMe page. So far, he's raised $5,000 of the 60, Mickey. So I think he's in worse shape than his character in Public Greenwich Village. Remember that character? He's in worse financial shape than that character.
Paulie, they took my thumb.
He may have to go out and do a heist. But
he was in an Iron Man movie.
He was in one,
the last decade.
Something like that. But I mean, this guy blew his career a couple of times.
Sure.
I mean, he turned people off. And you look at Public Greenwich Village, great. Oh, this guy's a star. This guy's going to be something.
Yes.
And then he just apparently he was such an asshole. They wouldn't have nobody. He was the other guys that happened to too. Ryan O'Neal and Elliot Gould. They were big stars, but they were such assholes that nobody wanted to work with them.
Yeah.
So he obviously had the same gene.
Apparently, yes.
It's amazing, but GoFundMe to pay his rent. Not even his mortgage. He's not even in shape enough to own a place. I own a house. Mickey Rourke doesn't own a house.
Where's he living?
Somewhere out in California, I guess Los Angeles.
But I mean, where is he? Is he in the house that he owes the back rent on? Or
I
is he
think
been
so.
kicked out?
I think he's trying to avoid eviction. I think so.
I mean, they can't make a pay Mickey's rent reality show, and it's
You know
like
what?
you get to be a roommate
there you go.
for a month. Can you make it for 1 month?
Give him a chance. I mean, they probably don't want him on Dancing in the Stars because he's such an asshole. He probably nobody wants to put up with him. Probably, but that's unbelievable. Mickey Rourke is doing a GoFundMe to pay his rent. Good Lord. Good. I mean, holy mackerel. I thought I was in bad shape. Mickey Rourke is doing worse than me. And if you're doing worse than me in showbiz, I don't know what there is for you. I have no idea. You're below the bottom. You're below the bottom.
$1,000 Scarface spin-off.
$1,000.
I'm reading TMZ trying to find
Wow.
Okay.
Well, he really.
Okay.
and that's the first thing that came up.
Gotcha.
$1,000. Good Lord. Is he working for Pickleman? Does he have a gig coming up for Pickleman? Because he might. He might be replacing me on some of my gigs. That's why I got canceled. They're putting in Mickey.
And do your viewers know who Pickleman is?
There you go. Well, I try to teach them as we go along. I try to teach them. So, listen, have you guys dropped any of your nieces and nephews off at a Somali daycare recently? Because it's, they'll be lonely. I was going to say Epstein would hate Somali daycare centers because when you go there's nobody underage. So that's,
right.
So,
Right.
I
I
don't.
don't caught that there. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be caught dead there. But no, these Somali daycare centers, I mean, they're you get the money and you don't have to put up with kids. It's a pretty good racket. It's a pretty good. I'm thinking about opening one.
Yeah.
They'll pay me to not be around kids. I would love it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it might be my next
Yeah,
business.
I don't
venture.
have kids. I don't know that you
No,
do.
that's what I'm saying. We would be perfect to run a Somali daycare center. There's no kids. It's
three men and no babies.
There you go.
Right.
It's fantastic. And
We'd have trouble convincing the carrying off the Somali part of it, I think.
Well, you never know. Maybe we can fool some. But that Tim Walsh is having a good 13 or 14 months. He's really been on a roll.
Yeah.
His political career is going like my comedy career.
He's doing what you wish the Stones would do and
Yeah,
hanging it up.
Hanging it up, exactly. He made a speech today. I wish Mick would make the same speech that Tim Walsh would make. I do not seek, nor will I accept the nomination.
Right.
That's exactly right.
I said about I'm outraged that the Somalis are defrauding the U.S. government because they're taking American jobs. Americans should be doing that.
Exactly right. That's my job to be pulling a fast one on Uncle Sam. These foreigners coming in here taking all of our jobs. That really does piss me off. I got to be honest.
We want like healthy old middle-aged white guys on disability. We don't want Somalis getting in on the grade.
Right.
Come on.
Exactly. You see my lower back. I'm going to apply any day now for SSI, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, but I mean, there's a bunch of daycares in my neighborhood. I'm wondering, and I've always wondered, where are all these daycares coming from? Maybe some of them frauds. Who knows? I mean, not that I'm going to do what that guy did with the YouTube. I don't have the nerve to do that. I'm too much of a coward. But it wouldn't surprise me if some of them are frauds.
Well, just keep the doors locked like they did.
Oh, that one did you see the one we're knocking and the woman was saying, "Don't answer, it's ice." Everything is ice now. If you see something, it might be ice.
Right.
That's funny. It don't answer. It's and it sounded like a white woman. It didn't sound like it sounded like an old Karen who was saying, "Don't answer the door." So I don't know. Maybe the white people are getting in on it. Maybe the white. But I always talk on this podcast about how cheap I am. I am fucking cheap. Here I went to the movies recently. I don't want to pay that snack counter, the concession stand.
Yeah, sure.
So I smuggled a banana inside my jacket. I had a banana inside my jacket, and I'm just glad.
As opposed to paying $10 for a banana at the movie.
Oh, you're just glad to see me. I smuggled. They didn't catch me. I enjoyed my banana during the movie. And I'm thinking, did I do the right thing? Was I defrauding the AMC company? I don't know. I think I don't have any guilt about it, but I'm wondering if I should.
You should not.
I should not, right? The Dunkin' Donuts lady, she should have snuck me some munchkins. That would have been awesome.
You have a bucket of munchkins to take to the movies.
But I snuck the banana in my jacket. The same jacket.
But just to clarify, not in your pants.
No, because you wouldn't just glad to see me.
Yeah,
Would have been the
okay,
perfect day.
You're also probably the first person that's eaten fresh fruit at a movie theater.
Right.
Decade.
The janitor was stunned when he saw a banana peel stuck in the nacho cheese sauce.
And the damn movie was $11. I was thinking, I'll be dead today. I should have bought a free banana in for $11. Gee, they should
was
throw
one
it.
of the nice ones with the electric recliner.
Oh yeah. The AMC is first class.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a nice movie theater, and it was a decent movie. But
what'd you see? Anything
I saw
good?
Marty Supreme.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then I found out that
Chalamet.
that a lot of it is fictionalized. Like they say it's based on. I read it, but most of it was fictional. They changed the guy's name, but it was still a decent movie. But I was just.
It's coming out next week, a big movie called Primate. And if you see Primate, you get a free banana.
Free banana. I saw the advertisement for that Primate. It just looks like something I would not care to see.
Right. It's like a chimp. They adopts a pet that goes crazy.
That's not exactly. I'd rather watch the heated rivalry with the fucking hockey players.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that. But I don't know. So you don't think I was wrong to sneak a banana in, break the rules?
No. Who hasn't snuck candy or something? I mean,
it's the healthiest snack I've ever heard of someone bringing into a movie.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean, it was pretty good that I snuck a banana in. I like that. That was pretty good on my part.
They can hear those raisinettes and stuff.
Oh yeah,
shaking in your jacket.
They'll come running down. But a banana you might get away with. You're absolutely right. So I'm reading where George Clooney has gotten French citizenship. You see that,
my gosh, to go with his Italian and American.
And I was thinking he'll fit in France, right? Because judging by his last 5 movies, he surrendered. Yeah. So I think he'll be the perfect guy in France. I mean, would you ever do that though? I mean, I voted for a lot of losing candidates. Probably, I'd say 70% of the candidates I voted for in all elections have lost. I wouldn't leave the country. I mean, I wouldn't take it that hard. But would you ever leave the country because you lost it? I really. I don't know, but I don't have his money either. So, but I don't know. To me, that sounds like you love the country so much, but then you're going to leave. You know,
right?
I don't have much of a life, but what life I have is here.
He's the one who wrote the op-ed demanding Biden's get out of the race.
Yeah.
Now you're leaving the country. You're demanding a better candidate. Now you're leaving the country. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a George.
Right.
What do if you're going to demand you ought to at least hang in there, live here. If you're going to demand candidates, I don't know. Not that I'll miss him. Would you miss George Clooney? I won't.
I just saw his Netflix movie. He plays like a famous actor.
Jay Kelly or
Jay
something?
Kelly. Yes, I watched that.
Is it any good? Yeah, and Adam Sandler's in it, right? Was he?
Yes, playing his agent.
I heard he was pretty good. Sandler was
Sandler's
pretty good.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Mm-hmm. Well, Sandler was pretty good. Did you ever see Punch Drunk Love, the Paul Thomas Anderson?
No, I never saw that.
He actually was pretty good at it. Play not doing his goofy. He was actually pretty good at it. But
got real range, that guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not as beat. You just back to Adam Sandler. Nobody.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he's actually got some talent if he felt like doing it. But I mean, I don't know. To me, you make it backseat driving or Monday morning quarterbacking like Clooney does, and then leaving the country.
Yeah,
that's kind of a chump move. I mean, he's got the money, okay, but I don't know. I think if you're going to be the backseat driver, you got to hang in there.
Right. I get like wanting to live in like on Lake Como in Italy or something, or live in some chateau in France, but I don't get the changing citizenship.
See, that's the
part. Like,
to me, that seems it's pretty. I think me taking the banana in is more upstanding than him fleeing the country. Right. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't flee the country. But
now that you've been so emboldened, you could take 2 bananas.
I'm thinking, but eventually I'll do something. I'll take a whole bunch in and get caught or something, or I'll have like a whole thing of grapes, a whole vine of grapes down my stand. They'll catch me.
You'll get a little overconfident, start trying to sell them.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be trying to sell.
It's not a giveaway fruit like an orange or something that you start peeling that thing and your security's out.
Then they'll get me. Then they'll nail me. That's what's going to happen.
Plus, anyone in our, I probably shouldn't call it a profession, but anyone that does the things we do, don't really want to encourage people bringing fruit to performances and to live events. That's not something we want to encourage.
And you definitely shouldn't say me in comedy, the profession. You definitely trust me. There's no. I've had a series of day jobs that I wanted to hang myself over. So my profession isn't comedy. It's my waste of other people's time is what comedy is. But speaking of politics, we got the Muslim mayor now in New York. They swore on the Muslim mayor. Yeah, and there's changes already. For instance, in New York, if you poop on the sidewalk, you have to face Mecca. So you see the changes already. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what this guy does. The Muslim socialist. I don't know. It wouldn't seem compatible with Wall Street, would it? It seems that they might be at odds. But okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll work. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Free buses. Here's the thing. You're telling people to have free buses in New York. If you get on a bus in New York, you're going to pay for it. One way or the other, you're going to pay for it. It ain't going to be free. Right. I don't know. They would have to pay me to get on a bus. The free part doesn't entice me to get on a bus in New York. But are you thinking about moving to New York now? They got a socialist up there now? Have you thought? I mean, I don't know who's going to entice to come up there.
Right.
Clooney ain't going up there. I can tell you that. As much as he might like the Democratic Party, he ain't going up there. But I don't know. Do you think?
Even in rent control, I couldn't afford to live in New York.
Right. No,
I mean,
it's too expensive.
this man Dami is right about how the affordability in New York. He
Yes.
is right. It's insanely expensive.
Yeah.
I got a feeling he ain't got the answer. He's not going to be able to solve it. His programs aren't going to solve it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Macroeconomic forces that just can't be overcome by
Yeah,
presidents.
It is insane. I don't know how anybody lives up there. No clue how you. I mean, Philadelphia ain't no picnic. So to live up there, I don't know. I don't know how they do it, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if he makes it up there, or if the young people who voted for him, they might turn on him. And when a year or so and things start coming down, they might turn on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like John Lennon said about Bruce Springsteen. How they love him now when he's talking about girls and cars. When they find out he's not perfect, they're going to turn on him. They're going to turn on him. And it could be the same thing. It could be the same thing.
The good thing about socialism is there's always plenty of blame to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Margaret Thatcher said, and it's, being Irish, it hates me to quote Margaret Thatcher. It pains me to quote her, but I'm going to quote Margaret Thatcher. The problem with socialism is you eventually run out of other people's money,
Right.
which is true. And now I'm going to have all my Irish relatives will disown me because I'm quoting Maggie Thatcher, for Christ's sakes. But
You're
whatever.
also a proper historian.
Oh, yeah. If anybody knows history, it's me. Yeah, there's anybody. I barely know my own birthday. So I saw this past week where Beyonce officially got declared a billionaire.
I heard that.
Officially
Wow.
declared a billionaire, yeah. And her fans officially got declared really gullible, really easy to fool.
Was it
But-
Forbes magazine? Or?
Yeah. They said there's 5 living musicians who were declared billionaires: Beyonce, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, Rihanna, and Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
they weren't. I would have thought McCartney. Wouldn't you think McCartney would have? How would he not have? I would have thought he'd be more money than anybody, but I guess
would've
not.
guessed, yeah.
You would have with all the songwriting and everything. You think, well, McCartney's got to have. But maybe I don't know. I don't know how that works. Why he isn't up there. But and
Rihanna made a lot of her money in fashion.
That's
not
what
necessarily
somebody
music.
said. That's
Right.
what somebody said because I heard Rihanna. How the hell did she?
Oh,
Well, yeah,
right,
there's
yeah.
some of that too. There's some of that too. Yeah, well, that's the publishing, but he still gets the songwriting royalties. But you're right, the publishing he doesn't have. Yeah, maybe. It's and then Springsteen sold his publishing for like $500 million.
Mhm.
So that's got to be a big thing. Yeah. So okay, but I Beyonce, but Rihanna's the one who will shock me.
Maybe Mickey Rourke could sell it.
Yeah, so
Right.
you think they could help Mickey Rourke out? Springsteen is president.
You
Chip-
wrote that song for the wrestler.
He did. You know what? You're exactly right. Well, throw Mickey a few bucks for Christ's sakes. Give the guy give the guy
At least
something.
you get your name on the donors list.
Yes.
Say, wishing you all the best.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. And Eric Roberts is probably in no better position to help me. He's probably doing his own GoFundMe. He
You're
can't.
obsessed with Pope
And poor Burt Young is dead.
And Daryl Hannah, come on.
Daryl Hannah, huh? She's with Neil Young, and Neil Young's got
Yeah.
some money. Well,
Right.
Daryl, help the guy out, for Christ's sake. Well, we got this year coming up. Being in Philadelphia, I'm very interested in this. This year is America's 250th birthday, which. Do you think Philadelphia's ready for it? I'm skeptical that Philadelphia can handle the different celebrations and stuff. Because they can't handle much in Philadelphia. So I don't know. I'm really skeptical we're to be able to handle this 250th celebration. If tourists come here, you know in Philadelphia, do you think they can handle it? Do you think they're up for the challenge of handling this?
They couldn't get through the Mummers Parade.
Exactly,
They had to, It was
exactly.
too windy.
It was too windy.
Exactly. They couldn't get through. I mean, the Eagles won a Super Bowl. The shit city shuts down for a couple of days. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm skeptical.
Right.
Oh, right.
The
That's true.
baseball All-Star game, the NCAA final, or some part of the NCAA. I'm not sure if it's the final or the Sweet 16. Something's coming here. I don't know. I'm skeptical. I don't think they can handle it. I would. Greg, you have any faith in Philly?
I want to believe that people will handle themselves with well behaved and with
Yeah.
decorum.
I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. And what is it? What is it called with 250? Quadcentennial?
Sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial. Imagine Sherelle Parker trying to spell that. She couldn't spell eagle. She's going to try to spell questions. Oh, that's
Right.
going to be awful. That's going to be a disaster. I hate to say it. And those Eagle fans, they'll be out
What
there.
do they have planned for the
They
250th?
supposedly have a bunch of things planned on
besides
the
the big
parkway.
Wawa hoagie.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have a,
Hoagie Fest.
they have a bunch of things planned that
Hoagie Fest 250.
I mean, Philadelphia, we can't even reunite Hall and Oates. We can't even patch that up, for
Yeah,
Christ's
that's
sake.
sad.
We're gonna bring this. I don't know. I'm skeptical. I really think it's gonna be a disaster. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'll be hiding up in my
I
neighborhood.
was downtown in 2008 when the Philly, because I went to the clincher when the Philly,
Right.
and that was just a joyful, kind of,
Oh,
fun thing. I didn't go to the parade.
Somebody did get their vandalized their clothing store or something got horribly vandalized.
Oh,
doing that
okay.
thing, yeah. And they ended up closing down and turned into a Wawa, which Wawas can't even
brought
stay
all the
open in
clothes
Center
back.
City. All the Wawas have
I
closed.
was just going to mention that just the other, like last week, you were posting about something about like a bunch of
Up on the
Wawas
boulevard.
around here were all
Up on the
closed. Like, it was
boulevard.
a Sunday night. I said, how, there was nothing going on. It was just a bunch of
And
kids
the
getting
police,
together.
my favorite part, they shut it. I think there's 3 Wawas in Roosevelt, 3 or 4. They shut them all down at 9 o'clock because which is weird. Then the police escorted the kids to put them on SEPTA buses. I'm thinking, well, that must be nice for the SEPTA drivers. Hey, you take care of
They're your
them.
problem
When you
now.
take them to the station, to their parents can't be, you $14 an hour bus driver. Good luck with these guys. Well, what is it? Imagine the SEPTA bus drivers don't have enough problems. It's just the police. Of course, you can't blame
Right.
the police.
you need each bus would need their own Dirty Harry or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
right.
playing
You
hot
do that.
potato, but the
Yeah.
police are handing them off to, but we protect and serve until we hand them off to the SEPTA guys.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's how it's written up in the police handbook. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's how it goes. But I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. I'm going to handle it. Well, we got a pile of good sports fans here, and I'm reading that the WNBA might go out on strike. Now, would you be devastated if the WNBA goes out on strike? Would you be able to go on? Would you be able to?
I mean, the NBA could go on strike for all I care.
I was just going to say, I didn't want to say that, but I was just going to say this.
The basketball is the one of the big four that I really don't have.
Yeah,
any stakes or interest in.
basketball is a great sport, but the NBA sucks. It's somehow they took a great sport and they managed to make it really uninteresting. I'm not sure how they did it. The NBA somehow
the
they.
3-point line didn't help.
Oh, the 3-point! Good Lord, that 3-point line. But would you care if the WNBA goes on strike? Would you be that upset?
No, I would not be upset if the WNBA went on strike. I would not be picketing. I would not. Be,
And they say they want to be paid what they're worth. And I'm thinking, no, you really don't. You don't want to be paid. There's 2 groups that don't want to be paid what they're worth.
right.
Comedians and WNBA players
Yes.
do not want to be paid their worth because you're going to be paying them. So
Right.
you don't want to be paid. I can't imagine anybody would miss the WNBA. They went on strike.
As a devil's advocate, that the league is expanding and they are drawing
Oh,
bigger crowds.
they're
So
coming-
I do think they have a claim to more money than they're being offered now.
I guess, but I don't know. You might be killing a golden goose. You go out on strike. That's a little dicey. I don't know.
Right.
Going out on strike. You got a job playing basketball, which women, 20 years ago would have been a dream.
Yeah.
You might not want to go on strike. Maybe those 3 fans will be devastated if they go out on strike.
Right. To me, it's more like a sport. Like advocates would be upset, but
Oh.
like the actual fans.
Oh,
it's
please.
hard,
I wonder how many of those Karens actually go sit through a game.
right.
Well,
Exactly.
Bill Burr used to do a whole thing. Women, this is your fault. You wanted a damn league. Now you're not buying tickets. It's your
Right.
fault.
Exactly.
Fair point.
I don't know. I don't know how many people. Maybe a few people be upset, but I don't know. Of course, imagine Angel Reese wandering around with time on her hands. That could be dangerous. That could actually be scary. So hopefully it won't happen.
Caitlin Clark has her own shoe and apparel line.
Man,
now.
she better cash in now before the strike comes because she better cash in.
Right. I mean, I could see her. She should get as much money as she whatever it can.
Absolutely.
But like, the rank and file players, it's like I can't really say that they. Like, I'm sure they're getting.
They could make more money from name, image, and likeness by staying
In college,
in college.
yeah, they probably
than,
could.
you
They
know,
took a pay cut. You're right. They
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
took a pay cut. So, is there anything more embarrassing than when somebody knows you and you don't know their name?
Oh yeah.
So I go to the supermarket, right, every Sunday. There's a guy in there. He knows me. Hey, Ed. Shaking my hand. I'll be damned if I know where I know this guy from or what is it. And it's oh my God. And I'm always hoping not to see him. Nice guy, but I don't know his name. I don't know where I know him from.
He's not Pakistani.
No, he's not Pakistani. Which maybe he's her pimp. You never know. But here's the thing: I don't know. Maybe he just knows me from comedy, or maybe he knows me from the neighborhood. I don't know. But it's just weird.
Yeah.
Well, your podcast is in the top 15% of video on Spotify,
yeah,
so I think he could know you from that.
Maybe. Which, and I'd love to know if that's one episode of the whole. It's got to be one. It couldn't have been it because I don't. Maybe I ever tell you that time I was doing a show last year. Well, it had to be last year because my shows have fallen off this year. So anyway, a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey Ed, I'm one of the 3 people who listen to your podcast." Oh, thanks, man. Good to meet you. But
He's one of the 3 people that comments, too.
But he's a good guy.
He also donated to Mickey Rourke's GoFundMe.
Yes.
But he
It's
came
all
out to
over
a
the
He's a
show.
patron saint of lost causes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
man. I'm the guy. If he's for
But the
that.
thing with the people that don't know you, if you don't correct it soon, you're in. You can't.
Right.
It
but
reaches a
it's-
point where
but
you can't
He
ask.
knows.
Right.
He knows my name, but I don't. And I don't want to ask him. I don't want to say I
Yeah,
can't
you
now.
can't now.
I can't
Yeah.
now. It's been. Hopefully he's not watching because he's going to figure out who I'm talking
Like,
about. That'll
hey,
really
buddy.
be embarrassing. But it's just it's nice guy. And here's the
Yeah.
thing: maybe I might know him from the name. I might have went to school with him. I don't know, and it's really embarrassing. It really is. So it's a hopefully
Maybe from the massage parlor.
it could be. He could have been waiting in line behind me one of these times. You
You're
never
on the
know.
same
It could,
schedule.
Yeah.
he could be. He could have been working security or at the Dunkin' Donuts. He could have been working security at the Dunkin' Donuts for Christ's sake. You never know. But it's just I'm
Next
comfortable.
time you see him, say, "You'll never believe this, but the doctor told me that I have a little bit of dementia."
Oh yeah.
And then the next time you see him after that, you go, "I can't remember your name."
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
a good cover.
No, I just hopefully he's not watching this because he's going to know what I'm talking about. So hopefully, I'm actually rooting for somebody not to be watching. Not that that's hard with this thing. With this
The odds are on your side.
odds are on my side. That's for damn sure. The odds are on my side. And real quick, have you guys heard about this phenomenon of scromiting? It's
No.
I've heard it. I'm not really
It's
sure. I've
apparently-
seen the word somewhere, and I said I should know what that means.
it's
And,
people who smoke pot and then they do a combination of screaming and vomiting,
Whoa.
Okay.
which which is what I almost did with the Pakistani woman at the Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts. But it's scromiting. You smoking up pot that you're throwing up and screaming at the same time. I'm thinking, well, that sounds like a great time. Can't be, I don't know.
Like a
Right.
specific strain of pot, like
I-
something really.
I don't know because
powerful?
I'm not a pot guy, so I don't know. So it could be. I guess it could be a specific strain, or maybe it's just I don't know. But it's to me. Why is that a good time? Why is of course then I think
Yeah.
back to some of my drunk days, and I
Yeah.
had a good time throwing up. So maybe I can't point a
You know,
finger.
keep your weight down that way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I just scromiting.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm sure there's probably a scromiting podcast out there you can watch, and there probably is. It wouldn't
sure,
or
sure.
on TikTok, a scromiting
Do you have
TikTok
to smoke
phrase.
the weed first, or can you just scrom it without it?
From what I understand, maybe it's the weed. Maybe you could. Maybe you'd just be a natural. Maybe you wouldn't even need to smoke it. That'd
You
be
scream
awesome.
so hard that you
Yeah,
make
that would
yourself
be
sick.
awesome if you did that. That would be. You'd be great. You'd be some kind of hero if you could do that. But absolutely. But I mean, I can't imagine
We need
why
it.
that would be a good time
Yeah.
to smoke pot and vomit at the same time. But listen, if you want to do that at the same time, you're watching the McGonigal
Stay tuned to the
podcast. and
McGonigal podcast.
Yeah.
if you want to share this, we can do that. And well, we've done almost an hour, didn't we, Jim? Almost an hour, just about. I want to thank my guests for coming out, Roger Weaver, Chris Dolan. You guys have anything to plug? Anything to plug?
This month on the 24th, Brothers Kirshner Brewing in Skippack.
Brothers Kirshner Brewing and Skipback. At least somebody here has a show. Somebody at this table has a show. I want to plug a show. God knows if it'll actually happen because it's my career, so probably not. But January 31st at the Midtown Social in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. There's a good chance I could be there. There's a good chance I could be sitting home that night too. Because I've had the last two shows were canceled, so maybe we'll go over the hat trick. But call the Midtown Social in Berwyn. Tell them you're glad I'm coming. Maybe that'll make them not cancel the show. Who knows? It's a possibility. Jim, you got anything to plug? All your podcasts, Comedy Trainwreck. What is the printing? Innovision Printing. Innovision Printing. Man, support all the podcasts on here. Talking Shit with Coleman, Darren's Pop Culture. What's his name? Corey. Corey Alexander. Coop Talk with Steve Cooper. all of it, to support all of it. And if you see me somewhere, it's probably an open mic. It's probably not a real show, but you're allowed to say hello anyway. What the hell? I won't mind if you say hello anyway.
But introduce yourself, so Ed's not
But
at a
introduce yourself
disadvantage.
so I know you're fucking there. Unless you're Pakistani and you work at Dunkin' Donuts. One Pakistani woman's all I can handle.
And if Ed tells you he has dementia, he's lying.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you book John Ketzel on a show, probably he won't show up, but I will. So call me the last man to fill in.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that. But I want to thank Roger and Chris again. Thanks so much for watching. Please share this, share it on social media. Spread the stupidity around. Spread the stupidity.
Yes.
Folks, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next dumb episode. Thanks a lot, folks.
It's America's Stupidest Podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigal Podcast.